Welcome back to my channel. I'm Anik, I'm a classical pianist, and today we're going to talk about trills. And the first thing I have to say is don't be scared of trills anymore. In general, you should have respect for each and every note you're playing on the piano, but you should not be scared of any of them. Before we are getting into all the technical details, we will have to think of the musical intention, the musical expression of a trill. Actually, the composer is giving you a lot of freedom here, because in the end he wants to create a specific sound effect. And the sound effect is every time something different. You can think of a bell that is ringing, for example, in La Campanella, or at the end of Beethoven's Weinstein Sonata. Or it can feel like it is a little bit scary and you're shaking and trembling, and this kind of sound effect should be created. Or it is just light and happy and youthful, childish, something like this. So there's always something that you want to create, a specific sound effect, a specific feeling. And the composer is giving you a lot of freedom, because he only writes which notes you should use and how long this sound should be there. And the rest is up to you, so you can say how many notes you want to play and how fast you want to play. Playing a trill is not about playing as much as notes as possible and as fast as possible. It is about creating a specific sound effect and not playing fast. Sound effect, not fast. Of course, in the end, these two things are going hand in hand. But if you don't know which sound you want to create, then it won't help you to play fast. So there are different types of trills, like short trills, middle-long trills, and very long trills. And the shorter the trill, the more you should really know how many notes you want to play and how fast you want to play. Because if you don't do this, this is going to be very confusing for your brain on stage if you have to do this in that moment. So make sure that everything is clear in your brain and that everything is matched with the other hand. So there's nothing that is going to confuse you on stage when you're playing the trill, okay? So let's take a look at some examples. Right at the beginning, there's already a trill. If you're playing Baroque or classical music, then there are specific rules, like how to start and how to end the trill. For example, in classical music, you should start the trill from the upper note, so don't, but, okay? And you should always play the ending phrase of a trill, like these two notes in the end, like not, but. So these are just some rules of these periods. This is changing in later music. You don't have to do this anymore if it is not written in it. If we take a look at this specific sonata, then we can see that the trill at the beginning is also like a motive that is repeating and that Mozart uses through the whole first movement. And I would say that this trill is representing the second character. So you have the first character here, which is strong, and then there is this little shy character which is a little bit scared of the first character maybe. So this trill for me is like if you're shaking and yeah, just be scared. At the beginning when I started this sonata, I wanted to show off this shaking, so I played more notes like to create this shaking, but when I do this I would need more time, and this would mean that I have to slow down the whole tempo of the sonata. Otherwise I will not be able to play all the notes clear so that everyone can hear each and every note, because I don't want to play, I mean, nobody will understand what you want to say. Now, as I said at the beginning of this video, the composer is giving us a lot of freedom here. Like, how many notes do I want to play and how fast do I want to play? I don't really have that much time and space to play much more notes because this is a very small figure. So I decided to keep it very short and don't put too many notes into it. So I decided to just play it like this. In the end, it is going to be very fast, and you have this note which is written before, like, so it is like a very small trill, but it is clear, and everyone will understand what you're doing there. Next example. Now the trill is much longer. It is like over one complete bar, and you have to think of how does this trill develop in this time. I would say that the tension in the music is growing in that specific bar. And you would like to do a crescendo because there's so much tension, but the piano is an instrument where you can't have an impact on the sound after touching the key. So the sound is dying after I've touched the key. And you can only have an impact on the next note you're going to play and put it into a relationship with the note that was there before. Now this trill is giving you the possibility to let this note sound longer and to have an impact on how it's going to develop. For example, to create a crescendo. Now, I would do this crescendo here, like... Now, to do this crescendo and to celebrate this trill here at that part, I would start slower and first of all in like mezzo forte, like go back into piano. The crescendo. And with the crescendo you are also doing a little accelerando with your trill. So you don't have to start that fast. You can let your fingers first of all feel good with the key. So now let's get into all this technical stuff. A trill is a combination of playing only with your fingers and playing with your upper arm. I don't know how it's called in English, like this part, this back part of your arm. The good thing of only playing with your fingers is you have a lot of control, but it is not very fast and you can't really play it for a long time. The good thing of playing with your arm is that you can stay relaxed, but you don't have that much control. So in the end, you're combining these two techniques. You will have to find your own balance of these both techniques, and it is going to change while you're trilling. So how do I practice trills? Now you can just take all the rhythms that I did for the hand-on exercises, which you'll find in the video linked here. Just do these and just get faster and faster. The important thing is that you keep on relaxing on the slower notes so you can do this exercise very long. So in the end, again, don't think that you have to play as fast as possible and as many notes as possible, because the composer is giving you the freedom to decide on your own how much you want to play, how fast you want to play. In the end, the most important thing is to create this sound effect that the composer wanted, and therefore you have to understand the sound effect and then try to do the technical implementation of it. So this was the video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like it, then please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to this channel. And as always, don't forget to check out my Instagram and my website. And if you want to support me, you're welcome to check out my Patreon page and join my Patreon family. See you in the next video. Bye!